Hello everyone and welcome to another segment of FF Insider. I'm Sam and today I'm joined by Ron. We're going to be talking about the work that's been going into putting our vehicle into production since our company was a publicly traded company on NASDAQ. Ron, how are you doing today?
Great. Good morning.
Thank you. Good morning. Well, what's the day-to-day work for a senior testing and validation engineer?
Right now, we're getting our tests set up. So we're building that in, and we're also in the background pre-testing before these big events happen. I think right now is just kind of a shuffling and trying to get these things prioritized, what needs to get done first and getting programs started again.
When we had you recently on FF Insider for IPO, you had said something like you knew we were going to get to this point. There wasn't a doubt in your mind. How do you feel about us putting a vehicle into production?
I mean, we know what we need to do to get there again. It's just there's a lot of new things, like processes that we're trying to get structured correctly, and there's no doubt still in my mind that we'll get there, right? So it's just time at this point, and we're fighting that right now.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
But you did mention that everybody's hard at work. We're all hands on deck right now. What is the environment like here in the office?
I mean, right now it looks like a bunch of ants, just running, in every single direction, because I think everyone feels the same way that I do. I'm not the only one that feels this way, that we want to see this car into someone else's hands, right? And I think it's not a dream, it's a reality now. And we've been driving these cars for such a long time now, so it's like, all right, now let's hand it to someone else that's not us, right? So I think that's the end goal.
Yeah.
So.
It's cool also to be able to see people's reactions as we bring the car into public, if it's for events or even in New York City. How did you think people received the car? Because I know you had a lot of interaction with users and even the general public.
I've seen that since the beginning, and that's what's attracted me here, is that the history that I'm in right now, if I look at it, I'm like, man, we're starting a brand new company in the sea of giants, right? I'm like, that's pretty impressive to get where we are from 2014. These other giants have been around double digits, at least. That's why I feel confident, because our people have gotten us to this point, and we've been grinding this whole time. So
yeah, it's a great product. We know that people receive it very well. And even, I think one of the coolest parts for me is when those doors open.
Yeah.
And people's eyes light up.
Yeah, and I know that reaction is, I mean, it's priceless. Anywhere we go, we still get hey, what is that? What is that? What is that? So it's, yeah.
So what's your favorite part of your job?
Just the freedom that the company gives me. They're open to the new stuff, where all the traditional OEMs, other vehicles have the turn signal stuff that's all been around for 100 years now, and we, the people, are creating this environment, this new environment that's it's all strange, all these new things. But I think a lot of that goes back to we're so used to the old traditional stuff. When you get in, you're like, whoa, this is it's a strange feeling. So I think that, we're progressing into the future.
Yeah.
Right? Driving car, self-driving stuff.
Yeah.
So
it's interesting that you bring that up, because I think traditional, or these larger OEMs that have been in place for years now, they have practices and they have processes that are already set in stone. And working for a company like FF, we're able to create those processes.
Yeah, I mean, it's everything's new, and it's wow. I think that it excites people.
Mm-hmm.
It's not that you go to XYZ company and it's oh, this is how you do this. No, it's at Faraday, it's no, you're creating the how-to. Here you go.
It's great. Yeah, it's awesome. How is it working with the rest of the testing and validation team?
Oh, I mean, I've worked with, our team, at least the team members that we have right now, for such a long time. Previous companies, if that means anything, with one of, the guys, Vlad, I've worked with him at Honda, and I've worked with Raul at Toyota and at SpaceX. And here, that's unheard of, to work with someone in 3 different companies and we're still here. So I think that's a testament to our perseverance of why we're here, and what we're trying to achieve. So.
Yeah, touching a little bit on your past experience, you even mentioned SpaceX. It seems that you're really interested in working in very progressive companies that are looking to change the future.
I just want challenge. We're creating something that should have a continuous improvement. To me, that's the exciting part. So.
Well, speaking of a challenge, you were recently on the Route 66 road trip with a small team.
Yeah.
And so, how was it driving the vehicle across the country? I know you were only there for a leg of it, or a portion of it, but...
A good portion.
Yeah, a very large portion, you're right.
Just kidding. I mean, it's just, I knew it was gonna make it, and with the team that we had, it was going to make it, right? So to me, I don't see adversity. I just saw opportunity right there. I just saw more of yo, we could drive the car on Route 66. That I didn't see oh, it's not gonna make it. I knew it was gonna make it. Driving Route 66, that's just, we did that already. You know what I mean? Even when Carson had asked me, I'm yo, I already knew it was gonna make it.
Yeah, well, thank you so much, Ron, for joining us on FF Insider. We really appreciate it.
Well, thank you so much.
Of course.
Appreciate it.
And thank you all so much for watching this segment of FF Insider. If you haven't already, make sure you download the FF Intelligent app, available on iOS and Android. And we'll catch you next Monday on the next segment of FF Insider.